Today we're actually doing a Pokemon video. I really wanted to play Pokemon for this video because the new Zard art came out and it looks really sick. And also Zard is a really basic and pretty easy to understand deck. If you never played Pokemon before, I'm just going to show you more visually because I am terrible at explaining things actually, to be honest with you. But Zard is pretty simple because of his ability of when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon. During your turn, you may search your deck for up to 3 basic Fire Energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. Then shuffle your deck. The deck is called Burning Darkness. It is 2 Fire Energy and it is 180. This attack does 30 more damage for each prize card your opponent has taken. So Zard is also really good in the late game too because if your opponent has taken a lot of prize cards that just keep stacking up. So it could be like 210, 240, 270, 300, 330, etc, etc. He's also really tanky too. Like a lot of Pokemon cannot one-shot him, being an HP of 330. He's also really good against Gardevoir. Also, one of the staple cards in Zard right now, or has been a staple card for a while, is Pidgeot EX. A lot of the Zard lists that you will see are going to be very similar because this deck has been around for quite a bit now and it hasn't really changed a whole lot. But the ability of once during your turn, you may search your deck for a card and put it to your hand and shuffle your deck. It's really good because you can search out anything you want to, like a boss's order, a rare candy, etc, etc. Came out in the new set, which is Fenza EX. I'm not going to try saying the rest of that because I know I'm going to butcher it. He's really good, and he's also a new addition to Zard because of the ability of once during your turn, if any of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn, you may draw 3 cards. You can't use it more than once per turn. So if your Pokemon's knocked out, you get to redraw 3. A copy of Rotom V, just because of the effect of once during your turn, you may draw 3 cards. If you use this ability, your turn ends. Let's say like you break turn 1, you have this in your hand, you can play this down, draw next 3, and hopefully you get good RNG. Trainers are what really make this deck work. Like Arven, for example, you can search your deck for an item card and a Pokemon tool card, reveal them, and put them into your hand. Usually with Arven, you want to get something like a rare candy or a Forest of Stone. Actually, you can get both technically. Because Forest of Stone is also really good. It's a free search of any card in your deck. It's a boss's order. Boss's order is still really strong. Switch in one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active spot. So let's say you only need 2 prize cards left and there's a 2 prize on the bench you can KO. You boss's order that, swing for game. Iono for the hand disruption. Each player shuffles their hand and puts it on the bottom of their deck. If either player puts any cards on the bottom of their deck this way, each player draws a card for each of the remaining prize cards. So let's say you have 5 prize cards and your opponent has 1. It's very rare that that happens, but they would only draw 1 and you would draw 5. These of Turo scenario, you can put one of your Pokemon in play into your hand, discard all cards attached to that Pokemon. Where an item cards is Buddy-Buddy Poffin, you can search your deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon with 70 HP or less and put them onto your bench, shuffle your deck. With Buddy-Buddy, you are searching for a Charmander or a Pidgeot. Or Pidgey, sorry. Catch is also really good too because you can use this card only if you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent. You can switch in one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active spot. The most important card in the deck definitely is Rare Candy. You can choose one of your basic Pokemon in play. If you have a stage 2 card in your hand that evolves from that Pokemon, put that card onto the basic Pokemon to evolve it, skipping the stage 1. You can't use this card during your first turn or on a basic Pokemon that was put into play this turn. So, Rare Candy, if you have a basic 1 evolution like Charmander or Pidgey, you can just Rare Candy that and then put the evolution on it. Super Rod, you can shuffle up to 3 in any combination of Pokemon and basic energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. You mostly use this for energy because Zard runs really low energy. I think my list runs like, or most lists run like 6 or 7. Unfair Stamp is also really strong. You can use this only if any of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn. Each player shuffles a hand into their deck. Then you draw 5 cards and your opponent draws 2. Just runs 6 energy. I'll actually post a list down in the description or just any really Zard list, and you can also get the Zard deck free until next year, I do believe. So I'm going to actually doing more of a visual guide because I'm a lot more of a visual learner, and also I think it's a lot easier to see this deck be played. I'll also be talking about my thought process with it too. But Zard is pretty simple and pretty straightforward to play. It's also a really good meta deck right now, and I definitely recommend picking it up if you're interested in the game and are new. I go first, okay. Hopefully I get a really good hand to start off with, because this deck can brick sometimes, but that's any deck really. I don't have any basics, so we have to redraw. What is my opponent? What's my opponent playing? Oh, poison. Okay. Honestly, this hand's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. We don't see any Zards, but we can just Nest Ball out a Zard and then also Rotom, so that way we have a little bit more of a draw power. So I'm gonna go and play my Collapsed Stadium too, just because it's poison. Nest Ball, Unfair Stamp, Fire Energy. That's okay. Also, I should mention Collapsed Stadium also is really good too in this deck, because each player cannot have more than 4 bench Pokemon. If a player has 5 or more, they discard bench Pokemon until they have 4. A player who played this card discards first. I also use it a lot too. Let's say like your Zard is about to die and you have more than 4. You can just destroy the Zard so your opponent can't take any prize cards. I'm hoping we actually get the pop off this game, because this deck is a little bricky sometimes, but it's alright. Now Arven gets a Nest Ball and Mochi. Plays a Nest Ball. Searches Okie Dokie. Okie Dokie, sorry. I don't know how to say that right. Switch in. And he's gonna search and just pass. He's gonna be able to get 2 more energy on this Pokemon. Okay, I draw for turn. Charmander. I actually kinda want Iono this, I'm not gonna lie. But do I have a Pidgeot? I do have a Pidgey. Okay. What's all on my deck still? All of my Zards are there, all my Pidgeys are there. 2 of my Rare Candies are prized. I think just Iono in here is fine. I need to see my Rare Candies and the ways to evolve. Hey, I'll take that. I am just going to Rotom V and pass. Zard doesn't mind being down prize cards because he does more damage so the more prize cards your opponent has taken. So this isn't really too bad of a situation to be in. We do need to actually find it pretty soon though, or we might lose. Poisons. Probably gonna KO this. Bossing. What are you bossing here? My Charmander. I mean, that's fine. I would have definitely bossed my Pidgey, but I guess I can see the thought process there. We'll just drag this Pidgey into here. It should be fine. Need to find... I really need to find a Rare Candy, honestly. Let's draw first and see what we got. Not really the greatest thing ever in the world, but I will take it. I think I'm going to... I'm gonna Buddy first. Grab one of these. Like, our Arven here is pretty okay. Get the Rare Candy, and then we'll get... my Forest Steel? Yeah. Because we can do... Forest Steel... Activate this. Search out a Zard. And then I can evolve... Well, that works too. Evolve this to search. What do I want to search off of? I guess an Unfair Stamp would be pretty okay. And I am just going to probably pass. I could probably do a little bit more with this, but I think it's okay. I could Unfair Stamp, but I don't really need to. I don't think he has anything that's really gonna be worthy of popping off. Get a straw in is fine. If he Ionos, that does suck, but it's alright. I probably could have played this a little bit better, but I think it's okay for what it is. It's a little rough, but we do have a pretty good sized hand. Monkey doors could be a problem though. That's fine. Because next turn we can just Rare Candy if we find it. I might as well just Arven this. Don't need to boss anything out. Yeah, I think first let's draw, because I might not have to Arven. Okay, I have to Arven here. Yeah. We do Arven, which are Rare Candy, and that'll be it. Rare Candy Nazard. This 2 energy in hand is a little rough, but it's okay too for what it is. Search, go and search 3, because we can just attach to both. So 2 here, 1 goes here, and then we'll put 1 from my hand onto the Charmander. I don't need to boss. I do want to Unfair Stamp this though, actually. And yeah, we'll just Unfair Stamp this, swing into this, and then hopefully we can make a comeback with this. This hand's okay. Do we super rub this? No. Swing you. Because it doesn't have any energy to swing with us, so we should be okay. Just these 2. Yep. I actually do a second game just to show more of a visual learn. The first one was a pretty good example, but also my opponent did concede kind of early, and I didn't really get to show off the power of Zard. I'll go first. Zard's really good at going first or second. It really just depends on what you're up against, but obviously I don't know because we don't know what my opponent's playing yet. Yeah, this is fine. I should have probably put the Pidgeot first. This hand's actually like the nuts. If I had a Rare Candy, this would be really good, but it's not. That sucks. It's fine though. Let's see what my opponent is playing now. Zard's really popular on ladder, and Guardy also really is popular right now too. I think people are still experimenting around with what's meta. I know Zard is, I think, 9th. Maybe higher. I think it depends on the list, but in my opinion he's pretty strong. Still, he's just tanky, man. 330 HP. Hard to KO. Okay, my opponent is playing also Monkey Dory. Okay. This hand could be better. I mean, you can just Iono next turn, but I really don't want to get rid of these evolutions, but it's fine. If I don't, then I'm probably gonna lose early on. This guy get the nuts turn 1? I think so. We got Perchant. I probably butchered that. I love for trying to pronounce Pokemon names. It's so fun. Okay, it just does Monkey Dory. That's fine. This art is really nice, by the way. This is one thing I love about Pokemon, man. Like, the art and the way the effects look on some cards is sick. Like, you can't get really art anywhere like this. I mean, you can, but it's Pokemon, you know. We got the nuts. Yo. Okay, Pog. I want to Rare Candy first. Evolve this. I don't think I want to Iono with this. No, Ionian this is okay. Yeah, we're not gonna do the Iono yet. And then I will just... I could also boss out the Monkey Dory. Actually, yeah. Well, that's better. Because weakness. Or no, he doesn't have weakness. Whoops. But damage on this is also really nice too. I forgot Psychic is weak to Dark. So I probably should have left this in, but I think it's okay. Getting damage on this is huge too, because it's a 2-prizer, so I mean, maybe I could have Iono'd, but also it's like the boss into this was fine too. Top decking the Rare Candy was a nuts though. Penny just puts Pokemon right. Okay, he's just gonna retreat this and bounce that. Does he not have any energy in hand? I might not Iono then, actually. Because if he has no energy, then there's not really a point to Iono, because he just has to top deck it. That's the energy he put back. I think. If he just passes, I'm not gonna Iono. If he plays something else, then... Really? Oh, knocked out by damage from an attack. That's fine. Arven's also kinda huge here. Again, to get the Rare Candy. I like that. We'll get Rare Candy, and then we'll also get a Defiance Band. And I'll put the Defiance Band on my Zard. And we'll Rare Candy a Pidgey EX out. And then we'll search it. Just in case, I'm gonna grab... Oh, I conceded. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed the first Pokemon video on the channel. I know it was pretty short and it really explains Zard too much, but Zard is also really simple to play, and you can also just find like decklist and tutorial videos on how to play them, but I just want to showcase them off because I love the new art, and I've actually been really enjoying playing Pokemon again, and mostly play this game with friends. I don't play it like super often, but if you want more videos of Pokemon, just let me know down in the comments below, and be sure to, you know, like and subscribe if you liked it, and leave me any feedback as well too.